Hello, Mark Crossfield here. So we've got Titleist 910, TaylorMade R11. What we're going to do, we're going to have a hit with both of the clubs. We've got the D3 910 and the R11 and the 95 stiff. Now, this isn't the most scientific of tests, but I'm just going to give you an idea of how these two clubs perform in relationship to each other. They're very similar in what people are shopping for, similar head sizes, similar kind of sale point to each player. Both got changeable technology, so sure fit in the 910, and then you've got every fit in the R11. So you've got the red face, the red sole plate, you've got the weights on the outside, and you've got the dial-in on the neck as well. So you've got customization on these clubs to the utmost. We're going to give them a hit. Let's see how they come out. So 910 D3 R11, let's have a hit with them both. So obviously quite different heads. You got the white head against the black one. As you can see there on the camera, definitely the black shines more than the white. More of a glare off the white. Now, look, who's walking in the pro shops and going, I don't care what driver I have, as long as it doesn't glare too much. Do you know what I mean? It's a bit of sales pattern that's been made up by the manufacturer. Yes, the white glares less than the black. I agree, it does. The white looks good, the black looks good also. But I've never had a customer come to me and say, look, I love my driver, but the trouble is it just glares at me too much. When the sun hits it, it glares too much. So I kind of, if they're thinking up maybe faults that kind of aren't even there, it's making them up and try and fit into their colour code. But both clubs look good. I like the white of the TaylorMade. I'm not saying I don't like it. It's just there's no sales point to it for me. It's I like the look of it, and that's all it is. It looks fun in the white. Black also looks classy. So look, let's give these two clubs a hit. We got Trackman on, and all we're going to do today is just going to compare the launch spin off these clubs to give you an idea of how easy these are to launch or not. So we're going to go 910 D3 to kick us off. Let's give it a wallet. Okay, that's a nice shot. Decent spin on that.
Launch spin 2209 RPM.
So 2209, nice low spinning driver. So that these drivers aren't for the weak-hearted. You've got to be able to hit the ball a little bit with something like this. Let's give it another hit. Okay, I mean I love the D2. I use the D2. It's a great club. I use
launch spin 2393 RPM.
2393. The D3. Sorry, not the D2. I love the D3. I love the 910 range. I love SureFit. I like the simplicity of SureFit. I like the fact that it's much more one dial, two cogs, if you like. So you're only unscrewing one thing. So let's compare that then to R11. So again, R11 by the ball. We've got the white head. Let's give this a hit and see how the thing's spinning. Both clubs in the hand feel very similar, to be honest. That's a nice drive. I feels good off the face.
Launch spin 3068 RPM.
So a little bit more spin, 3,000 revs opposed to almost 2.5, 2.5 with the 910. Let's give this another hit. Obviously shaft will affect this test, so I haven't got the equivalent shaft in both clubs unfortunately, but just gives you a basic idea of the clubs. Again, it feels like R11 is louder. R11 definitely is louder.
Launch spin 2770 RPM.
So 27. So both clubs spinning very similar. 910 D3 spinning less there, but this is a stronger shaft than the standard blur that's going in R11. So both clubs, look, they're aimed at better golfers. R11, obviously, this is a 9-degree stiff. You can get this in higher lofts and what have you, which will make it easier for the handicapped golfer. But it's the head size. The head size will help reduce that spin, where if you go something like Burner, bigger, stretch back, lower at the back end, it's built to spin, built to get up in the air a bit more. So the press is always around R11. For me, 90% of my customers should really be going more for Burner than R11. R11 for me in my head is aiming a little bit more at the better player. Obviously D3 very much at the better player. Titleist D2 arguably the more handicapped golfer, but both good looking drivers. Look, I use the Titleist 910. I like Titleist drivers. I've used them a lot before. I've got faith in them. I want to use R11, or I do actually like the Burner TP. The white head feels a little bit gimmicky to me. I like the look of it. It does look good, but it doesn't perform any better than Titleist for me. So again, they're performing very similar. You guys should be making your decisions on these clubs, maybe on what brand you want to buy into, what one feels to you personally that little bit better. So the R11 is that little bit louder, which I don't like. I like the sound off the Titleist, and obviously sound isn't winning me any events, but it contributes to the feel of the club. So if the club sounds too loud, it makes me feel not so good about it. It maybe doesn't feel as good off the face when I relate that sound to my strike. So I like what Titleist is doing, but both good drivers. The only other thing to say about the two fitting options with these clubs, R11 for me is, it's got too many nuts and bolts. I don't want to start unscrewing this X, Y and Z. Short fit, very simple, very easy. One screw, change as many aspects of the club as you like. Lie, separate of loft, I love that. So sure fit compared to the fitting systems of the TaylorMade, I prefer sure fit. Performance of the two clubs are very similar. But guys, I hope that gives you some idea over the two clubs. Not the most scientific test, but it gives you a little bit of an idea of how they perform. Let me know your thoughts. Are you an R11 or you're a Titleist guy, 910? Let me know what you think. If you're thinking of buying one, you know, post a question, someone will answer it, and I'll try to as well if I can. And let me know which one you're using or thinking of using. Hope that helps in any way, guys. Any questions, do post below. And thank you for watching.